Yo everybody, what is going on? It is XN or Freddy, and today we are going to be doing the Digga D beat tutorial. My new kit is in the link in the description, go grab that. I've also got a new riser kit which you guys should check out. It's got 15 high quality riser templates. You just slap it in there, it's all time stretched, and you just slap it in there and it's all the risers and fillers, and it'll make your beats way more interesting. Let's not waste any time, let's get into it. As many of you know, I produced 2K17 for Digga D, so I'm just going to quickly do a quick breakdown of this beat, and then we're going to go and we're going to start a new beat from scratch, and we're going to break down how we're doing it. So we'll get into this one. For this actual beat, Digga wanted Make No Sense by NBA Youngboy sampled, but we couldn't do that because there was too many drums in the original instrumental, so I had to quickly come into FL Studio and I just remade the melody real quick. And then I brought it into a new fresh project. I just added some filters, added some stereo shaper. The drums in this project are just super simple. This is what the drums and the 808 sound like on their own. Again, it's super simple. There was quite a lot of reverb on my hi-hats. This is the 808 on its own. It's just a bit distorted. We added some stereo shaper, added a bit of EQ as well. On its own it sounds very distorted, but in the mix it just punches a lot more. And then we put the melody back on top, do a bit of arranging in the style of the original song, and this is what the beat sounds like. Cool. We're just going to start a fresh project from scratch now. Going to make the BPM 145, and on our master we're just going to put this TRS classic clipper. It's just a nice soft clipper, gives everything a bit more punch. To start off, we're just going to go into massive. We're going to use this Genuine Rhodes. This is the same sound that I used on 2K17, and on the mixer channel we're just going to add some stereo shaper. We're going to add a little bit of fruity reverb, and we're also going to go to the parametric EQ, which is going to boost some of the mids, take out some of the low end, and take out a little bit of a high end. And now we're just going to build up some chords. I'm also going to add some bass notes as well, just to kind of thicken up the sound a bit. And we're also just going to pitch these top notes down a little bit, and we're going to pitch the whole thing down by 3. That sounds nice, kind of got a little lo-fi kind of emotional vibe to it. And we're going to actually just copy and paste over that same master preset and go into here, and we're just going to quickly change a couple of these knobs up here just to make the sound a little bit different. And then we're also going to change the mixer channel. On here we're going to add some Grossby sidechain, going to add some stereo shaper on there again, going to add a bit more reverb. It's going to play the top melody as well. And if you go into tools, there's going to be a tool called Strum. We can just use this to give the piano a little bit more of a realistic feel. What we'll do, we'll just strum the notes, and then it will change the velocities as well. We're going to go into my drum kit, we're going to go to 808s, and we're going to quickly use the movie sub. This is going to just help give this part of the melody a bit more depth, but in the actual beat, we're probably going to use this more as like a break or a bridge. Yeah, that sounds sick like that. I'm gonna go also into my kit, and we're gonna use the Woo 808 for this beat. I'm just gonna quickly follow the same notes that we just played. We're also gonna put the 808s where we think we're gonna put the kicks later on, because the kick should always be following the 808, or the 808 following the kick, or vice versa. Just gonna pitch it down, gonna invert these notes so they're not too low, and this is what it's gonna sound like. Cool, we're gonna also go into the kit, we're gonna use the 2K17 snare. I'm going to drag in this crash perk just to use at the end of the 8 bars, just going to whack it here. We're also going to layer the 2K17 snare just with the Pingu snare. Just press Command C and then Command V onto a new channel to copy and paste it. I'm going to use this heavy hi-hat, then we can go into our hi-hat midis. I'm just going to drag anyone in. Use different one. And we're just going to layer these hi-hats so it's got a bit more punch to it. I'm going to bring in the kick, I'm going to use this haze kick, I'm going to turn it up a little bit in the mix. We're going to quickly change the 808 to the mountain 808 because I think this is going to sound better for this kind of beat. I'm going to take the splash perk as well. I'm just going to put it at the start of the bar. We're going to get to mixing. Firstly, we're just going to mix the 808 a little bit. So we're going to add on a stereo shaper. We're going to add on some fast distortion. We're going to turn down the mix on it a little bit. We're going to go into our 808, boost up the low mid. Sound like this. Sounds a whole lot more beefy now. There's a whole lot more body to the 808. I'm going to mix the snares as well. Just going to boost the low mids again, just so it has a bit more punch. I'm going to actually do the same thing with this heavy hat. We just want all the drums to be really knocking. They shouldn't just be knocking in the top end of things. They should also have some more depth to them as well. I'm just going to add some delay onto these other crash perks that we've got in there as well. All of which it should just make the beat a bit more well-rounded off. Cool, so I just dragged in these vocals from Splice as well. Quickly just pitch them down so they're in key. This is what it sounds like. Bit of mixing as well, so we're just going to whack them on a random mixer channel. On these vocals, we're just going to put on some stereo shaper. We're going to take out some of the high end with some EQ. We're going to add a little bit of flanger as well. I also think this needs another top melody as well, somewhere to bring it in the middle of the beat, just to make it a bit more interesting. So we're going to go back into massive. We're going to use this flute. Cool, so I just added this super melodic flute melody that's going to go on the top. This is what it sounds like. We're just going to put it again on another random mixer channel. We're going to do the same thing, add stereo shaper. We're going to boost some of the highs on this, we're going to take out some of the lows. We're going to add some reverb as well. We're going to just make it a bit louder in the mix, and this is what it sounds like. So that is sounding brazy. We're now just gonna arrange the beat now. And to start off, I just want the keyboard and the sub. And on the intro, I'm just gonna have the vocals come in and there's top melody and the flute melody. I'm gonna take out the snares and I'm gonna have the hi-hats come in halfway through. And when it drops, I'm just gonna take out basically all the melodic components to allow space for the artist on the drop, just to have all the beat to themselves. And then on the second half of where the hook would be, I'm gonna add back in this top melody and the vocals, and then after the hook we're going to go into the verse. So what I'm going to do is take these out again, and I'm going to reintroduce the sub bass, going to take out the 808, and I'm going to introduce this flute again, and we're just going to pitch it down by 12 by pressing command and the down arrow. We're going to have a bridge section here where we're going to put the sub bass back in, and these vocals that we brought from Splice, we're just going to make them unique, and we're just going to pitch it up by 12, that'd be plus 600, and with this one, and we're just going to put it up by 800. $900, because minus 300 plus 12 is... As always, you know what we got to do, we're going to add some 808 variation. Going to add a couple little rolls, so we're going to go like this. This is what I did in TK17 as well, if you noticed, where we just take this, we copy and paste it over, and using velocity we just have it come up and it sounds almost like a reverse effect. Now we're going to do is we're going to go into my brand new riser kit. The link for this is in the description. It will be £10, but that is not going to last long. The price will be going up very soon, so go down and grab that, show some support. It will flavour up your beats a little bit. It's what we love, man. I see there's lots of different risers options to choose. They're all different, they've all got their own unique kind of feel to them, but today we're just going to be using riser number 1. The beat is now finished. This is the type of beat I'd make for Digga D. It's quite melodic, but it's still quite bouncy. It's got that UK drill sort of vibe to it, so I'll play it for you guys now. X10. That's me. But yeah guys, that is the full beat. Thank you for tuning into this tutorial and watching all the way through. A link to my stuff is in the description. Shout out Adam for editing it. And yeah, catch you guys in the next video soon. Love.